Boy Roto Beast. I'm here with my boy Jeremy, aka DFS Dudes, and we're here to present you our NBA morning shoot around for Thursday, November 15th. If you're new to this channel, please make sure and click the subscribe button below. This way you can watch all my NBA, NFL, and MLB videos. And if you haven't came and checked our website here at DFS Cheat Sheet Out, you're absolutely missing out. We have all the tools to help you compete with the pros day in and day out, including a complete optimizer, tons of content, everything that you need. Like I said, we're truly a one-stop shop for all your DFS needs. So yeah, check it out. Hey, how you doing out there, Jeremy?
What's up, dude? Big night for us tonight. LeBron goes crazy. We
Yeah,
called it.
hey, for sure, good night. So yeah, hey, honestly, I'm just gonna keep it real with you guys. We keep saying it. You guys haven't done it yet. Come check out the optimizer. Come check out our cash lines. And we've been on fire. We've been crushing NBA. The optimizer's been doing very well for NBA. And as a bonus, you also get it for NFL. Just remember that as well. So our package, it pretty much does cover NFL and NBA. You get both sports right now. Hey man, come check it out and just see what everybody else is doing, man. Got people in our private chat for our season members talking about that. They were very close to takedowns tonight. We've had a couple of takedowns recently with the optimizer. Things are going very well. And like Jeremy said tonight, we cashed both Fanduel and Draftkings with our cash line. Plus, the optimizer was way up there tonight. We were all over LeBron James and had him in almost every lineup out of 150 tonight. And the guy just, hey, he went off. We had him on the right night. Nobody else was on him. He was 10% owned on both pretty much DraftKings and FanDuel. Nobody, wanted to play him tonight, and we went all in with them, and it definitely paid off. So, yeah, man, hey, I'm ready to get into some basketball. I love talking basketball. This is the best time of year for sure. You got basketball and you got football going. So you ready to do this, man?
Yeah, man. Hey, let's just update everybody, too, in case you just finished watching the game or whatever. Rondo now going to be out, fractured his hand. So that's a big breaking news of the night. But let's get into this ugly, ugly, ugly 3-game slate. You should probably just take the night off of cash. Don't even mess with cash games tomorrow. It's not worth it. If you're playing this slate, you are playing tournaments. That's where it's at because you're going to have some low-owned guys. This is chalky. It's ugly. You got San Antonio and Atlanta on this slate and blowout spots probably. And then not a full Golden State team playing Houston. So let's get into it. We'll try to figure out some plays that are off the radar, I guess. But I think this is going to be a short and sweet video, man.
Yeah, so first thing first, just really quick, like you said, hey, tonight it's not really a cash game kind of night. It's a 3-game slate. This slate could go any way. It's tilting. My general rule, whenever it's, I would say 4 games or less, it's usually more of a GPP slate. When you got the bigger slate, you could definitely throw in some cash games. And when you got our packages, it's not just about the cash lines. You got to play the optimizer. I had a guy that barely tried it the first day for the first time the other day and took it down. He's been playing it every day since then, and tonight he was telling me he had some really good success. And this slate is perfect. You throw 150 different combinations. It's 6 teams, 3 games. You can definitely kind of pick your spots everywhere and get a little bit of exposure everywhere and have a good chance to have a takedown, man. Great night to use optimizer tonight. I just wanted to note that. So we'll get started. Usually we'll just go with the main event first, bro. It's the earliest game. That's how we usually do it. Let's just stick with it. And you get the Warriors side of things, bro. So get us started.
Yeah, man. So Draymond Green would have been really chalky yesterday because just the way pricing set out. He is listed all of a sudden tonight. Tweet comes out. He's a game time decision with a toe injury. There's something going on. We said it nights ago. We're talking about that Clipper game where there was a lot of frustration. We even talked about the altercation, trying to keep the ball and take a shot. Did you know that last year exact thing happened? I didn't realize the same exact thing happened last year. Draymond acted like a little girl kind of, where he just said, fine, I won't shoot.
Hey, I have a video of it. I'm gonna post it on Instagram tonight, bro. I got a video of it this year and last year, bro. It's funny. It's hilarious.
Is there a video of her happened because I guess he crossed the line, like telling Kevin Durant he only wanted a shot at the end of the game because it was a contract year.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't got that. I just got the plays on the court.
Oh, okay, yeah. So anyway, so definitely want to look at Klay Thompson. Quinn Cook's still in play. This dude Jonas Jerebko price doesn't change. I actually, it might have changed 200. He might have been 3,700. I'll have to take a look at that. I'll actually pull it. But Jerebko, I like him in this spot again. And it's always about minutes with Jerebko, no matter wherever he's been. He's been in other spots, and it's been about minutes. I mean, I like this dude. He's clearly a better player, I think, than a better all around player than Kevin Looney is. Even out there 902, I would much rather play Jerebko in this game than I would Damian Jones. I just think that Jerebko is playing better. He has double upside. Klay Thompson obviously is going to have to score the basketball. I think he's a fair price at $7,500 for this game. He is priced up, but rightfully so, right? He had 2 40-point games, the Clippers game and this last game against Atlanta. And Kevin Durant dudded out last night. He really did. Triple-double against the Clippers, but we're going to have to wait and see what's going on here with the Draymond news. If for some reason he's not going to play tomorrow because of this toe injury or whatever is going on, then obviously, there's value there to be had with the usage. So you're going to have to get exposure to this game. You could probably stack this game up in a 3x3 stack and then grab 2 pieces from somewhere else and have a really successful lineup just because this game, there's going to be points scored in this game no matter what.
Yeah, man, no, for sure. I definitely think this is the best game on the slate by far. And on the Houston side of things, just one thing I did want to note really fast is Jerebko. If he starts, I think he's a lock. Punt play wise, we've been having to pick punt plays. He's a punt play lock tomorrow. He's shown what he could do. Still too cheap, like you said. The price hasn't gone up. So the Houston side of things, I think you look at the obvious dudes. You got Chris Paul, 9,000. Price tag is up, about 500, or actually about 600. I think he was 8,400 last game. He hasn't been doing nothing special, and he hasn't really been having monster games. This was the last game that Harden was out. He had a monster game, but after that, since Harden's been back, he's been back to he's getting about 35 to 40 fantasy points a game. And, on 9,000 price tag, we need at least 45 for value. So Chris Paul on a small slate, I guess you can look at him because he's going to give you a solid floor. And the point guard spots on this slate, there's only a couple of solid ones, in reality. He is one of the better ones on the slate. I just don't like the price. But it goes back to what we were talking about the other night. On a small slate, they usually pump up the prices a little bit because you have to pay somewhere. That's what it is. And the sites, Fanduel Draftkings, they know that. I think it's a little bit more on Fanduel, but it is what it is. So you got to like Chris Paul, James Harden. I think he is – no, I think yeah. So, he's doing his thing. His numbers are not crazy, but – he's doing the James Harden kind of things, flirting with the triple-double, nightly pretty much. It's really, you want to pay up for Harden or do you want to pay up for Durant? That's the big question. They're going to be going back and forth. Usually you would say, obviously, we want to go with Durant with everybody else out. I think is the obvious answer. But, Harden's a really good GPP pivot with the exact same upside. I don't know what to do with Eric Gordon. Not going to look at him. I'm not really, possibly Ennis actually as a punt play. The guy, he starts sometimes. He's shown us some upside. Last game, played 33 minutes, got you 27 fantasy points on a 3.7 price tag. That's a solid value play right there. It's almost 7x. So you got to like that. Power forward, PJ Tucker's a guy that just gets a lot of minutes. He's always going to be in there. You can consider him. And then you got Clint Capella. I think Clint Capella is going to have a monster game tomorrow. The Warriors, he's going to eat up the young rookie. They're just going to try to bring in Looney to play him, but Looney could get in foul trouble. This guy's just a beast. He's playing well. You need 30. You need his price tag. You need about 40 for him to hit value. Definitely think it's doable in this spot. That the Warriors don't have a real center that can bang down with him, and that's really where I'm at. I'm still really just pretty much sticking to their main guys: Chris Paul, James Harden, Clint Capella.
James Ennis, man, that's another guy you got to mention because James Ennis is getting run.
Yeah, I talked to him.
Huh?
I brought him up.
Oh, you did? I missed it. I was messing around on Fanduel trying to build a lineup for tomorrow. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, no, I brought him in. He was the only one I think. I think you could look at him as a pump play for sure.
You can totally Hey, man, this tool that we have, the starting lineups tool, it's going to get better and better because we're databasing data for this, and obviously the tool is new, so there's not a ton of data in it, but you can see just the minutes per game over the last 5. So they're really only playing like 5 guys heavy. Ennis 24.8, Tucker 36, Capella, Harden, and Paul. That's it. That's actually pretty cool. You can come in here and look at that.
Yeah, no, definitely. So I'm ready to move on to the next game. Obviously, you look at the obvious guys on both sides of things. If Draymond's out and Jerebko does start, he's a lock. We mentioned that, and yeah, let's move on. So the next game that we're gonna look at is gonna be the Atlanta Hawks going into Denver to face the Nuggets. This game has a 222 implied total. Denver's favored by 12. And I could just tell you right now, this game is going to be a blowout. So go ahead and get us started, bro.
So the thing is, I'm going to keep saying it, right? We saw it the other night in the Warrior game. Atlanta plays tough for a little bit, and then it goes one of two ways with them, right? Either they get blown out in the second half of the third quarter and the fourth quarter, or they play and they play tough in the first half, or they get blown the hell out in the first half, and it's not even a game in the second half. And in either case, their guys still get their minutes. I mean, Trae Young is still playing almost 30 minutes a game. Bazemore still playing about 28 minutes a game. So this dude Amari Spellman playing 22, 23 minutes a game. So you can look at these dudes. Tyron Prince, I get it. It's a small slate. I'm actually trying to figure out right now, while you're talking, I'm trying to figure out how I can fit in as many pieces of the Golden State game as I can. I'll probably look to pump power forward and stuff tomorrow, and Amari Spellman will probably be a guy I look to play. Power forward is kind of you could really look at Paul Millsap on your side. You'll talk about him at 6,200 is probably like the top tier. I'm not interested in playing some of these other dudes at power forward. Aldridge seems to do that all the time. I can see Trae Young. These guys get he's 7,500. I think he had the player card. 8.
What was
29 against. What's that?
I missed you. Sorry.
Oh, so I'm saying he had 26.5 fantasy points against Golden State, but he shot I think it was 3 of 13 or 3 of 14 shooting. He's gonna play his minutes, gonna get his shots. No matter if this game blows out or doesn't, be had here. To be honest with you, I'll tell you guys to be honest with you. What I do on slates is optimizer and a 3-game slate, stack each team together with 5 lineups. That's 75. I'll just let the optimizer kind of work around my core for the other 75 and get my 150. That's how I play these slates. It's a 3-game slate. You try and get exposure to everybody. You could play Trae Young. You could play Bazemore. They're going to get run.
Yeah, so on the Denver side of things, I mean, there's a couple guys that I'm looking at. Well, 2 guys that I like. You got Jamal Murray, 7,500. He definitely has some upside in this matchup going against Trae Young. But for me, he's GPP. 7,500 is just crazy expensive for this dude. I like him if he was 6,000. He's playing the minutes, but he's so scoring dependent. I mean, he gets some assists, but really that's what he gets. I mean, yeah, he gets some steal or so, but at this price tag, we need about 37 for value. And I mean, he's not getting 37 regularly. So I'm not going to chase, I think some people are chasing this 55 fantasy point game when he went off against Boston for 48 actual scoring points. But that just shows you he had 48 scoring points and only got 55 fantasy points. Very scoring dependent. So I don't like the price tag on Murray, strictly GPP. And then you got Gary Harris, 7,000. I think that he's in a solid spot. But he just really hasn't been getting there on the price tags neither. All these guys are a little bit, expensive. And, really quick, it's going to be the same thing with Jokic. The price is up. You need 48 for him to hit value. And, I mean, this guy's not getting 48 regularly. I don't know what's going on with him. We've been talking about it, night in and night out. Jokic just isn't looking right. But the guy I do like, and you brought him up, is Paul Millsap, 6,200. Very fair price tag for him. You need about 30 for him to hit value. We got him projected right there at 30. I mean, this guy has 45, 50 fantasy point upside. He's been very consistent throughout the year for the most part. And one thing I want to note, and I'm not even talking about the Denver side of things, I will never play this guy, Amari Spellman, ever, bro. I played him last night. I gave him a chance. I think you mentioned him the other night in the video, and a lot of people are saying he's a really good value play. So I gave him a chance, bro, and he fucking busted. I would never play this guy again. But he's just a big dude. He just runs back and forth yeah, bro. Make long story short, I ain't playing that dude. So that's really all I got for the Denver side of things. I'm just gonna look really at Millsap, Gary Harris, and then I guess Murray and Jokic. You throw in a couple GPPs, and that's about it for me.
Move on, man.
Hey, let's go. So next we got San Antonio going into Los Angeles to face the Clippers. This game has a 219.5 implied total. And I want to note two quick things. First thing first, Clippers are actually favored at home by 5.5 in this game. And San Antonio just lost tonight to the Suns as well. So hey, this game it's gonna be a good game. I think this is a solid game to target for sure. So yeah, get us started, bro.
I hate everything about this game, bro. I really do. And it'll probably turn to be the best game of the night, honestly.
Real quick, bro, I hate everything about this slate, bro. So
yeah, this is, I mean, we said in the beginning, this is an ugly slate. So, Patty Mills is averaging almost 26 per minute. Brian Forbes averaging 28 minutes. You look at Aldridge, 32.8, and DeRozan at 35. LaMarcus Aldridge was a pretty heavily owned player tonight, and he just put up a freaking dud. This dude, Derek White, people are trying. Its price tag is 5 games, is 19 points. Not crazy statistics. This game is ugly. It'll probably end up being, mark my words, this game will probably be the best game of the night. I just have that feeling this will be the most entertaining game of the night. But where are you gonna get plays at? Huh?
What happened?
I didn't hear you. What do you say?
No, I said I like this game a lot for sure.
This game's ugly. It'll probably turn into being a good game. So
right.
You got to play DeMar DeRozan. You got to play LaMarcus Aldridge here. Aldridge put up like doo doo, and I didn't own him. I don't buy into this guy. 18.4 against Phoenix is what he put up. So, 28 minutes, 6 points, 12 rebounds. This dude, he's overpriced. LaMarcus Aldridge, you just talked about Omari Spellman, right? At least Omari Spellman, the dude's like a minimum value play, and you could drop spot the guy, and he's an upside play, right? You play LaMarcus Aldridge, and this dude gets you 28 or 21 or 18 fantasy points. Your night's done, bro. Your night is done. Spend up all that salary on this dude, and this is what he does. He's just inconsistent. So, to be honest with you, on paper, it looks like, oh, yeah, they don't have a center. They got Gortat. They got this dude Boban. They got Mike Scott that they brought in. So, it looks, on paper, they don't have a big man. LaMarcus Aldridge, he should feast in this matchup. And he should. He absolutely should. But to be honest with you, this dude Montrezl Harrell is an absolute beast, dude. He's a dog, and I mean, I think he could punk LaMarcus Aldridge all night tomorrow night. So I'm not big on him, but DeMar DeRozan, you got to play him. He's a good pump play or pivot play, I should say, off of James Harden. If you're trying to go with KD, you probably got to go with DeMar. And that's probably really one of the ways to go tomorrow night, to be honest with you. Rudy Gay at 5,600. This all depends on how many minutes he's going to play. I know they rested him tonight because they're bringing him back off this foot injury. But if he gets, if he's going to play 25, 30 minutes at 5,600, the guy can score. So he's a really good play. He's a really good value play, actually, to pair up with like KD. So you could look at going, like, if you're going to go KD tomorrow, you could go DeRozan and Gay from this game. But that's really it, man. Marco Bellinelli, I guess, at 3,500. I'm just not excited about this slate. Can you hear my voice?
Nah, bro. So yeah. So on the Clipper side of things, I mean, I'm not gonna say I like, but on this slate, you got Patrick Beverly. He's still under 5,000, 4,800, 24 for value. I definitely think he can get us 24 tomorrow. It's all about it if he can knock down some shots. Sometimes he gets hot, knock down some shots. He has a solid game. And then he has these games where he only scores 4 or 6 points, and that's when he kind of kills us. But definitely on a small slate, I think he's a fair price that you can look at. This guy Forbes, I mean, he's on my shit list right now. Played him tonight in first half. He got me 14.7. Look what he ended up with the to finish the game. 14.7. 0 in the second half. Come on, bro.
I tried to tell you that earlier today too, right? You're like, why is everybody on this guy? I'm like, he's junk.
Yeah. And then you got Gilgeous Alexander. This is a guy that definitely has to be mentioned. This guy's playing, well right now. Very, very well. The past 3 games, he's been getting a ton of minutes. He's scoring the ball, at least 16 scoring points, giving you, 27 fantasy points minimum in the past 3. I like this guy. The price tag is getting up a little bit, but I still think on a small slate, he's a very fair price tag. If he's going to get those kind of minutes. You look on the shooting guard position. Hey, Lou Will is back. At first, Doc Rivers was trying to be shy. Like he wasn't going to give Lou Will his rightful just for minutes that he gives him, ever since last year. Hey, he said, all right, cool. I let you 4 or 5 games ride the bench, bro, but you're back. Hey, Lou Will's out there scoring. The other night I watched the game against Golden State. This dude shot I want to say 3 for 20 or something. 3 for 20, 4 for 22, something horrible like that. But he got to the free throw line 15 times, ended up scoring 25 real life points. Hey, this dude, he's going to be in crunch time. I really like Lou Will on this slate. The price tag is getting up a little bit, but I mean, he's a guy that, we know that he's going to get us, some points for sure. So I like him. Small forward, I guess we can, on a small slate, we could look at Gallinari, 6,500. That is a fair price tag for Gallinari. With him, though, it's just is he going to be knocking down shots? That's really the thing with him. But, yeah, I mean, so he's giving us a solid floor, I guess I would say. I'm on a small slate, and he's playing a ton of minutes as well. And then, it's really, I'm not going to talk about none of the centers. I'm just going to talk about both of these dudes. It's Montrezl Harrell. You just talked about him. He's coming off the bench, but they have him playing big man still, and he's getting his minutes. And the squad that Doc Rivers is really going with right now, it's Harrell, it's Harris. I was going to talk about him next. And then he's liking Alexander, Lou Will, and then sometimes it's Beverly, or sometimes it's one of the small forward guys, Wallace or Thornwell. So I mean, these centers, they're not even really doing nothing, especially the second half. It's really just Harrell and Tobias Harris both getting the minutes. So I really like both of those guys. I mean, their price tags are up, but like we said, they're getting their minutes and they're getting a ton of production. So for me on this team, you look at Harrell, you look at Harris, you look at Lou Williams, Alexander, and I guess you could throw in a little patch of Beverly, and that's really where I'm at.
You know what, dude? You have to watch on this game right here. This is why this game is annoying to me. Avery Bradley. It's a 10:30 game, East Coast, 7:30 our time, right? So we probably don't hear a damn thing about Avery Bradley. And this is the spot where Avery Bradley's going to play tomorrow, and Doc Rivers is going to fuck the whole rotation right up. He's going
Yeah.
to screw everything up. Gallegos Alexander will get like no run because Avery Bradley gets all of it because he came back from an ankle injury. And then they'll play Boban tomorrow and not Harrell or Gortat because LaMarcus Aldridge is a heavy-footed center and San Antonio doesn't run the floor. You just can't like. That's why this slate's annoying. This slate's annoying for a couple of reasons. This game's one of them. Denver's probably not probably. Denver will blow out Atlanta, and then you've got to look to guys like Monte Morris and Torrey Craig. You know that's what's going to win a tournament. Is the slate will get all fucked up because of things like that. And it's a 3-game slate. That's why I'm telling you, do not put your money in cash games tomorrow. I mean, we probably should just put a thing on the site, bro. Like for the members, like no cash games. Save yourself the pain.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I definitely like something like that. So, real quick, I'm ready to get out of here. Before I do, I like after we kind of go through these slates and talk about the guys we like, run the optimizer and see, if we were far off or if they have guys we like. So I'm going to do that real quick. We'll check out what we got, and then we'll get out of here. So, there you go. First line, Patrick Beverly, Lou Williams, Tobias Harris. These are all guys that we mentioned right here. Alex Lynn, I think Alex Lynn's a really good play. Millsap's another guy that I really liked. So we were pretty close, bro. We're pretty close for sure. You got LaMarcus Aldridge in there. And one thing I want to know, I'm not 100% sure, but I think Jokic may be questionable tomorrow. And if he is questionable and he ends up sitting, Mason Plumlee, you just go 150 lineups all in if he's starting and you move about your business. Would love that play. You got yourself some Harold. These are some pretty decent lineups. Throwing a couple wild cards in there as well. But yeah, man, hey, the optimizer is a lot of fun. Definitely come check it out. Come check out our site, dfscheatsheet.com. Thank you very much for watching this video. I will be back tomorrow with my NBA core plays of the day. Jeremy will be throwing his GPP core plays of the day up over there on the DFS Cheat Sheet YouTube channel as well. Make sure and go check that out and subscribe to that and check out those GPP core plays. Very good videos. And that's it, man. So thanks for helping me out with this, Jeremy. I appreciate it. And hey, we'll be back tomorrow night with our video. Peace out.